Cash.
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 On cash. Impressive.
Cash, you're a hard man to kill.
I got Indiana fever right now.
Yeah, we got our ladies on here.
Yeah. Indiana's playing Atlanta on the TV in front of us. We're recording at Julian's place
certifiably
today.
belt to ass right now.
They lost
yeah.
the
What
first
did I
game,
say
right?
before? They did pretty handily, and now they're pushing it to game 3.
Yeah, I mean they're
Okay.
up by 30.
Good one.
Good.
Or
Yeah.
What was
20,
the-
24
Close to 30.
in the fourth
Wait,
quarter right now.
what were their slots? Was that the 4 and 5 seed?
This is the 3 and 6.
Okay.
This is we have our basketball reports coming back now that we got the beverage.
Oh yeah, the WNBA
Winding
playoffs
down.
has just started.
It sure has.
Yeah.
And my barber was just saying to me that the only thing to watch is football.
That's just not true.
Get
It's
outta
not true.
here.
There's something
Get
else
out of
happening.
town.
Wait a second. Did the Indiana Fever have the Stranger Things font?
They do.
What's going on with that?
Well, Stranger Things takes place in Indiana. I
that
actually
true?
think the jerseys look pretty sweet. I
Yeah,
wish
they're
I didn't know
pretty
that
good.
they were related to. It takes place in a fictional town in Indiana.
I forgot about that.
You know, there was no mention of that when Ash and I went to the Stranger Things store.
It's Hoosier Erasure.
Yeah, we went
Hoosier
to
Erasure. What would that sound like? It's probably like, always I want to be with you. Right?
yeah. Yeah, going into the Stranger Things branded store in the mall after Benedetta was a culturally horrifying experience. I think we recounted that on the podcast years ago.
Yeah, I believe so.
But I remember saying to Scott, like, I'm getting the fear. We have to get out of here. we really have to get out of here right now.
It was at the Americana, like right by the Tesla store.
Yeah.
What's even at the
I went to
Tesla
that
store
separately.
at the Americana? It's not like you can buy a car in there, right? I mean, how would you get it out? I don't know.
They
Very carefully.
They deliver them to you, and it's like you have to like schedule a delivery appointment. And I read a review on Twitter that someone was like, "Hey, my Tesla was delivered like a mile away from my house, and it was completely beat up." Like
The guy just throws it over the fence. He can't get in.
Basically. Yeah, like he said, he had them deliver it to his house or whatever, and he said that he got a delivery, and obviously the car wasn't there, so he complained about it, and they were like, "No, we delivered your car," and somehow he found out that the car was just placed on the side of the road a mile away from his house.
That's awesome.
No one received it. It was just placed there.
That's so
I
funny.
learned that story on Twitter. It's like fucking, when you order COVID pad thai and they just like put it in front of your neighbor's house, but like
it's
with
like a
Tesla.
gig economy deliverer, and they're like taking
sure.
a
Oh,
picture of where they put it.
absolutely.
And,
Yeah, $3 tip. But well, I would say that the Atlanta blank. I don't know what the Atlanta Dream is really in a line of fire right now.
These are two good. Oh, sorry, I stepped on your transition.
That's okay. It's a bad, terrible segue.
I was going to say two great team names.
That's absolutely true.
Atlanta Dream, Indiana Fever.
The Indiana Fever.
Great. Fever Dream. We're having a fever dream right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Indiana should come out to Fever of the Flavor by Hot Action Cop. That's my suggestion.
Who's Hot Action Cop?
Unfamiliar.
Oh, that's Loose Meat play that song like every time.
Really?
That's the one that goes, she got the power of the hoochie. Got the fever for the flavor of the Gucci. You know that one?
That's a really good WNBA song.
It would be a dope WNBA song if you're okay, being like a little playfully misogynistic with it. I think the song is actually quite uplifting about female sexuality from a male
it's empowering.
perspective. But that's just
is it a
my
man who
opinion.
sings it?
Oh, yes, of course.
Well,
but
he's
like,
an ally.
You got the power of the Gucci. I got the fever for the flavor of the Gucci. And dimension, they pay attention. Gonna take that booty to the nudie dimension. I got the green glow under my car. I got the boom boom system you can hit real far.
yeah, I think the song is very playful. It doesn't come off as gross, in my opinion, even though it is a bit vulgar.
Yeah.
But it's a great song. That's my suggestion. if I ran the WNBA.
Wouldn't have gone down like that.
No. Let's get into it. We got a brand new film report of one of our top players, on the court of faith-based films. It's great to be back with Mr. White. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Boys Bible Study. Welcome back to A Boys Bible Study. This is a new film called A Line of Fire, which I really appreciate the indefinite article use in this movie. It makes it very vague and weird. As usual, I'm your co-host Ash, here with
Scott
And Julian.
And yes, this week on this public episode, we are keeping people, in line with the most recent news in faith-based films. There is a pretty new film. This is like brand new, right, Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed when we were streaming I streamed it on Prime. A $6 rental, by the way.
For a brand new movie, that's pretty...
Yeah, that's
I
good
guess
for
you're
a
right.
brand new movie.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, usually it costs like $50. Okay, never mind. I can't complain. But yeah, I noticed while renting it on Prime, it was advertised as like brand new film.
Yeah.
So this is cutting edge. If any of our listeners want to follow along with our review and watch this film this week, then, we will all be a part of something greater than ourselves. And that is the David A.R. White Extended Universe.
Yes.
Yeah, this is unrelated to what was the one? Babbage's or whatever? BECKMAN?
BECKMAN? Is that what it was
Is
called?
that what it was
Unrelated
called?
to
I think
BECKMAN.
you're right.
But that's not the most
BECKMAN.
recent. No, BECKMAN was the first, like, in this new era of David A.R. White,
Yeah.
bloody, not for children movies.
Yeah, he's getting his John Wick on.
Yes. Well, what was the last one we watched, though? Where it was
It
like...
was like a rock
Love
in
on the
Sea.
Rock?
Love on the Rock. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, we're putting the pieces together. This is
Love on the
actually really
Rock.
good.
This is his
Line of Fire.
post-divorce era.
Yes.
I don't know if
Clearly.
it's related to that, but he has been really into like tough guy action hero, bachelor, like action bachelor, since he got divorced.
Pretty
And
cool.
I checked on his
Bachelor.
wife. I checked on his ex-wife too to see what she was up to, and
Andrea,
yeah,
what is she up to?
she's got a podcast called like The Precocious Blonde or something.
Oh, my God.
And that's not getting a lot of engagement online by the looks of it. We got views in the double digits on YouTube, and
Oh my God.
the one I watched, she had like a
Yikes.
big like streamer microphone set up in camera, and it was very clear that her audio is being like recorded through the onboard mic of her laptop, which is
Oh, no.
pretty embarrassing for anybody. But
Jeez.
yeah, in the meantime, David A.R. White is like doing his like hot single dad move.
Uh-huh. He's such a great
Yeah, he
dad.
really is.
And I can't really tell if this is getting many more views than her podcast, to be quite honest.
I can't
I'd be
stress
willing to
enough
bet
what a
that this
great
is
dad he
also in the double digit views.
No.
They call him the double-digit dad.
It's got Cuba Very Gooding Jr. in this.
It does. There are some Hollywood draws, but I think that is a really important thing to keep in mind when reviewing A Line of Fire is like the era of David A.R. White's career that we're in right now, because longtime listeners of the show will know that we've probably reviewed, certainly 10 or more films by David A.R. White. Maybe more. We just did 3 of his movies that came out in like the last 5 years. So, we have a pretty firm handle on his career, although he still has many more that I haven't seen. But, he's made some classic and beloved Christian films. He's always kind of been like a bridge between Hollywood and the faith-based non-Hollywood film industry. He's been in several Hollywood films in his career. But this era feels different. I feel like it was around COVID when things changed. And, not to armchair psychoanalyze, but I mean, what would we be doing if we didn't do that? That's what a podcast is about. It does really feel to me to be tied to his divorce.
Yeah.
To Andrea Logan White. Andrea Logan, I guess, would be her name now. A frequent collaborator in a lot of David's films. She was frequently the leading lady in his films. I always thought she was great.
She still has co-founder of Pure Flix on her Instagram.
Well,
Wow.
they made that business arrangement.
Yeah.
So, that's always going to be true. It's business is thicker than marriage, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
You can get a divorce, but you can't stop being the co-founder of Pure Flix,
I hope they're still friends.
Yeah, me too. Me
'Cause
too.
They were a cute couple.
I know.
It was jarring to see him kiss another woman in a movie.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
It's like disturbed.
If that's like
You
his
know he's been
girlfriend or
waiting like
something.
fucking 25 years to do that.
Kiss another woman on camera. Yeah, that could be. His kids were in this though. His 2 daughters. I mean, I did not
those
look
were his
that up to
actual daughters?
verify, but like they look like a combination of him and Andrea Logan. So
I thought that, but I also didn't look it up. Well, hey, I got there's this beautiful site. It's called International Movie Database. And hey, I'm noticing that there's 2
International Movie
actresses.
Database. It's a different one.
I'm noticing that we're in international waters here, folks. I'm noticing there's 2 actresses in the credits named Ocean White and Everson White as Olivia and Natasha. So I think you are absolutely white about that, Scott. Ocean and Everson are his daughters' names.
That's crazy. Eve.
Eve.
Wait, that's not her name.
Well, Everson is her full name.
I
But
know,
it does
I thought,
start with
I
Eve.
thought his ex-wife's name was Eve.
No,
I feel like she played a character. When I was looking her up earlier, it was... No, you know what I'm confusing? I just looked at Eve Richards, who we should probably wait to talk about because there's a lot to unpack.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, this was a fun. It felt like a really kind of like a family affair, a family and friends affair. It felt like many of the sets were just David and his friends' houses, which is always fun. Shot pretty well.
I thought so.
Definitely. Very competent.
Yeah,
Pretty slick.
Totally competent. Good-looking film. That would also be a way that I would describe BECKMAN and Love on the Rock, 2 films you've already mentioned. Like, obviously competent DP.
this isn't
Crisp
by our
digital
guy,
equipment.
is it?
Oh.
It was on our podcast.
Gabriel
Let's
Saloff?
just
No,
quick-
it is not. No.
No.
Because
He
that was
dropped him.
confusing for me because Gabe was posting about another David A.R. White shoot 'em up movie pretty recently called Straight Shot, I believe. And so in my head at first I was like, oh, it's out. And then realized
It was
that he
different.
had nothing to do with this one. So
But he's still working with David, it seems.
yeah.
Oh,
No, Straight
that's
Shot,
a
I assume
relief.
is done.
Wow. Gabriel Sabloff, former guest of Boys Bible Study, was not affiliated with A Line of Fire, but there are some notable actors in here, some of which we've already mentioned. I think the most notable, other than David himself, who's like an A-lister to us, is the former extremely A-list and now like G-list Cuba Gooding Jr.
He's on the fucking Epstein list.
The E-list. An E-list celebrity like, Bill Clinton and Donald Trump.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so Cuba in the faith-based film scene, is something that we saw for the first time, I want to say last year,
Yeah.
when we went to theaters to watch, at the time, the brand new Tim Che movie, the name of which I cannot at all remember. It obviously made a huge impact on me. what was it? The Firing Squad, another fire movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Firing
Should have been
Squad.
called A Firing Squad in retrospect.
A firing squad. It's about some undetermined firing squad. We're not going to tell you which one. But that one, it was just crazy to see Cuba because these films are always looking for like, what's the biggest name that I can get to like accept $5,000 to be in this movie, and Cuba, whose voice sounds still incredibly hoarse and haggard, he appeared in this production.
Yeah, he's run into some financial and legal troubles
Right.
in the past several years. Still getting work.
I mean, David and Tim are giving him work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our favorite directors that we have on first name basis. I mean, the Tim one, it was really ironic. And I know we talked about this on the Firing Squad episode, but the Tim Che Cuba collab was very ironic because Tim Che, in almost all of his movies except for Firing Squad, has a character go off on a huge tangent about how everyone in Hollywood is evil.
Yes.
And like you shouldn't like associate with these people.
Yep.
And then like as soon as he could get a former A-lister in his movie, he's like, book him.
Yep.
Not gonna Google him. No,
Yes.
don't care what he did.
and the thing he complains about possibly the second most is football for some reason. And so we of course got the biggest Hollywood celebrity who almost won an Oscar for playing a football player.
Yes.
That's true. Probably the antithesis to Tim Che really shows his, his hypocrisy here. I mean, David hasn't gone on the line taking such a hard line moral stance against Hollywood or football. So I didn't really feel my eyebrows raise to see Cuba in this movie.
It's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of sad to me to know that they are associating with a guy who is, so let's just say allegedly not a good person.
Yeah.
Especially in a film with his own daughters in it.
Yeah.
But, or anyone in it for that matter. But, this is a much darker era of David A.R. White. This was an extremely violent movie.
Yeah.
Some people getting shot that I was like truly shocked to see, like a woman get shot in the fucking back at the start of the movie. And it's fun because it's like, you don't have to look too deep to sort of see David A.R. White as somebody who really, really wanted to be like an A-list Tom Cruise leading man type.
Yeah.
And he based his whole career around like crafting himself into that. Like he's a very like straight up like DIY way of becoming, the star of basically every genre of movie you could do. But this was like, I think this might have been one of the most like secular of all of his movies.
Oh, for sure.
Granted, I was going in and out a little bit on this, but I don't really recall any like explicit Christian theming. There was a lot of talk of patriotism and fighting corruption, which aren't inherently Christian values, but this kind of just felt like he is just dropping the whole thing of like, I'm a Christian film person and just being like, I am an action star.
Like this movie could not be on Pure Flix.
No. Was it even produced by Pure Flix? I didn't see it at the start of the movie.
Sony.
I don't.
Wow.
That's interesting. That was
Sony Pictures.
At the beginning of the movie, no, it didn't even really get spiritual now that I think about it. I was like, it was really just like patriotism, like strong patriotism, and also like a definite attempt to keep like discussion of relationships and family very wholesome.
Yeah.
I mean, as we pointed out, there was quite a bit of gun violence and even some blood in this movie. But, he was a single dad who loved nothing more than making pancakes for his kids, even though he was a former, agent, special agent who did all sorts of things.
The best one ever, but he wants to be a better dad than a patriot. And the best way to be a patriot is to spend time with your kids.
Right.
according to this film.
Preserving
Which is explicitly
Western
said.
civilization, y'all.
That's what is.
Spending time with your kids, the great Western, exclusively Western value.
Yes.
His recently deceased wife said so herself.
Yeah.
Yes. That's another sort of plot thing, which is like, again, he had sort of a built-in leading woman
Yeah.
in the past. Now he's testing the waters of, bringing other actresses in, but he still is playing a character I feel like David always tends to go kind of like 1-to-1 to what his current like family situation is, and then he just like cross prints that into the movie he's doing. So in this one, he made a plot that his wife had passed away.
Yeah. It's a really funny thing for a recently divorced guy to.
It was kind of.
I guess they got
funny.
divorced like 5 years ago. So
Yeah, it's been a minute
Right.
now.
And it's like obviously they were acting, but I feel like with that in mind, with I feel like David's personal life reflected pretty obviously in his movies, it is kind of funny to like have him and his daughters talk about how their mom died and how they have all these like memories of her and
To
stuff.
have that written, say that.
I know. I mean, again, obviously that's like the worst faith reading of that, because obviously they were just playing pretend. That's what acting is.
I mean, I think it's pretty telling that within 3 minutes of meeting the female lead in this movie, they're like kissing.
Yeah. And like his daughters in the movie are like, are you want to be dad's girlfriend or whatever?
Yeah.
Like immediately.
It was amazing how he brought her into the fold too. Like he was basically like, here's your new mom. You have to take care of her, look out for her. Use the trauma that you experienced from your own mom dying to help protect her. And here she is.
Let's set up the initial relationship in the film. I will say the plot of this movie is not very complicated.
No.
So
Not until the very end.
yeah, which
And then it basically falls apart.
I can barely even really tell you what happened. But I will say that David A.R. White plays a former FBI, agent named Cash.
Cash Cobain.
Yeah, I was thinking he should have had Cash Cobain score this movie. He probably would have done it. And basically a call on the secret cell phone that he keeps in his mini fridge brings him out of retirement and back away from his family life, back into some kind of intrigue with violent implications.
Yeah.
And it's because he gets a call from his aunt's friend?
I think
Or his
so.
sister's friend?
I think his sister's niece. Didn't she
That
keep
would
saying
be-
that it was her aunt?
Wait, if it's... Yeah, it was her aunt. No, wait.
Wait,
The,
it was his
the
daughter.
lady is not related to David A.R. White.
His sister-in-law's niece.
Yeah, his sister-in-law's niece, right?
His sister-in-law's niece.
Yeah,
So
'cause
she's
Yes.
in the family, but not enough to make it incest.
Right, yeah. And they had to make talk about a fucking the way they had to explain the fact that she was connected to him but not related,
Yeah.
but also like he would have a reason to come out of retirement.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
right.
funny.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point because he had a familial obligation to her,
Yeah.
but then they were allowed to kiss.
Yes.
Because they weren't related by blood.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
like
Well,
working out his fantasy.
She escaped what was like a yacht party with a bunch of other FBI agents.
Tripping on a yacht, Cash Cobain.
who were all assassinated by a scary Latino man.
That was an intense opening. That was like, this is not your father's David A.R. White movie.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
you
the, that was the-
immediately see like bikini babes. Like the first shot of one of them is just her midsection, and then
Yeah.
like they're
then they're
having
slaughtered.
fun partying, and then just being ruthlessly murdered moments later.
violent culture. But
It is. White people have an inherently violent culture. I agree.
But yeah, she escapes, gets in touch with him, and he comes out of retirement and is trying to track down the people who killed his wife's sister.
Yeah.
Which eventually turns into him trying to rescue his kids because he's double-crossed several times.
Yes.
That's basically the entire plot.
It really is.
Some decent action, I thought, for, low budget David A.R. White movie. I was pretty impressed with, maybe he does have a second act in him to become like a, secular action star.
I think so. I will be very curious to see the new Gabriel Saboloff movie.
Yeah.
Straight Shot. Because I did still, of this era, I do still like Beckman the best. Although I thought
it was the best of the
might have
three.
been the slickest camera work so far.
Beckman, I think, was definitely the best of the three. I found Love on the Rock to be very tedious, and I found this movie to be like impossible for my mind to grasp or process in any way. It was like trying to remember a dream after I woke up. Was like my experience watching this movie. It was just like, and then there's a woman, and then there's a guns and stuff.
The climactic scene kind of made
me.
it feel like that way, though. It was like they were trying to like force that feeling in because, to one of your points, it was like, wait, so what did you know? What didn't you know this whole time? Because it seemed pretty straightforward until now.
Yeah.
I found myself, I don't know, maybe it's just I've seen him through his entire career, or I just missed watching a movie with David A.R. White in it, but I thought he was pretty good in this movie. I actually kind of bought the fact that he was like he was a badass.
No, for real. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about David. He's actually like really good at what he does.
Yeah.
Like his craft. And, a lot of it is like he's kind of invented this one character that he plays. So I'll get the compliments out of the way. Now I will say, the longer I watch David, the more I find his voice incredibly grating.
Yes.
His like, man. His like weird, like aw shucks thing that he does. And second of all, I don't care for the bleach blonde hair with the brown beard.
He should
I
switch
would
it
really
up
like-
just one time.
Bleach
should
blonde
switch it up.
beard and a brown hair.
I think it should just be all one way or the other.
Yeah.
Call me a fucking body fascist. He'd be a lot more handsome without the weird facial hair. I don't care for it.
Sure.
He definitely, I feel like he's a blonde to me. He's been like a dyed blonde all through his career, but he's starting to look new metal-y.
Yeah.
And I just,
It's back.
he's a, listen, he's a little older than my usual type, but he's a very handsome guy. I really was not a fan of his styling in this movie.
He's getting the, he's in really good shape, and he's getting like the handsome catcher's mitt kind of face of like a traditional older action star. But like you said, the voice is just, that's something that you can't teach. And he has like a subtle lisp and just kind of a nasally, whiny voice. And it just really, anytime he tries to sound tough, it's just, everything is out the window. I'm reminded that this is David A.R. White.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that he wasn't doing the like wisecracking shit from Love on the Rocks or Love on the Rock, because Love on a Rock.
Love on a Rock.
But because that really, I feel like just fucking, he's just so bad at that.
Yeah, I feel like maybe that just in general is falling out of fashion in films. I like to think so, at least. His movies, A Line of Fire, Love on a Rock, and Beck Guy.
A BECKMAN.
A Beckman. A BECKMAN. I really enjoyed all of them in a way. Yeah, and just to just sort of connect to some of the plot stuff that we were going through, I did want to mention that, after he comes out of retirement to help his wife's sister's niece, this immediately sets up an insta love interest with very little chemistry. Not because either of them are bad actors, but because the movie just jumped from like 0 to intrigue between them.
Yeah.
And then separated them for the rest of the movie.
Yep.
So they had to kiss once, and then he was like, all right, I'm sending you all to Hawaii. And then they just like never get any
She
chance
was,
to develop
in
their
charge
chemistry.
of his kids.
Yeah, he was like, okay, I'm going to put you in charge of both the kids. You have to stay in Hawaii for the rest of the movie.
Also, he gets double crossed like 3 times throughout this movie, and yet he still trusts this woman that he just met.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's different.
I kind of felt like, too, it was important to have watched a bunch of David A.R. White movies before to believe the love interest, because never in any of his career would I expect him to kiss a woman he barely knew.
Yeah,
So just seeing that was like, whoa, I guess this is going to be a real love interest, or else they wouldn't have shown this.
Yeah.
Right. No, you're right. These things, the economy of a kiss in faith-based films, that's, you know what? That's why I like these movies better than Hollywood films, because such an action as a kiss carries such significance.
Yeah, it actually, that's a good point. It actually holds like appropriate weight. You know what I mean? Like when you kiss somebody you really like, it's memorable. It's a big deal.
It's memorable. It's memorable, but not in the sleaze that our children are force-fed every day. Shows such as Euphoria.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's happening on that show, but I think it goes a little beyond kissing.
Yeah, they need to be watching women in bikinis get shot in the fucking spine.
Well, they were on a yacht. Here, let's role play. You're grilling me about my choices. I'm David A.R. White. They would be wearing bikinis. They're on a yacht.
I found myself immediately doing those mental gymnastics too. Or it's like, okay, from a Christian perspective, this is okay because
it was a
They're on a
scary
yacht.
brown guy shooting them. Every person
That guy
in this
was
movie is
scary
bad.
looking.
I know. I was kind of like, yeah, he is pretty scary looking. I'm not gonna
kind of
lie.
looked like John.
At least it wasn't just
Fetterman,
some guy.
but like not.
Yeah, he did. He was
walking
evil
vegetable.
John Fetterman.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand the connection between him and Cuba Gooding Jr. and the other guy, the
Not at
white
all.
guy, the evil white guy. You had an evil white guy, evil black guy, and an evil Latino guy. That is how you know
Mind you, the evil black guy was named Javier.
this movie is woke.
So he could have been evil Afro-Latino.
I think that's what they were going for. I think that he got confused by the fact that his name is Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. He was like, we'll put it in Miami. That's
Yeah.
sort of near Cuba.
Cuba
they do live
Gooding
in Miami,
Jr.
right?
too. He definitely was like, I'm in Miami Vice. I was like, you aren't.
Yeah.
So, sir, you aren't.
But he was like running a strip club, which was also pretty crazy. Of course, they only showed him on off hours, so you could just tell it was a strip club and did not have to show any stripping. But
True.
You think they filmed at an actual strip club? Like David
Maybe
A.R.
there were
White had to go
poles.
into a strip club and film?
maybe
Man,
there were
what has
stripper
happened
poles
to
in
our
there.
guy?
Looked like it.
I mean, they were probably there at 7 a.m. on Monday.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah.
I can't even imagine David A.R. White like setting foot in
Yeah.
one of those places.
In
I
a
know.
den of ill repute? Come on.
Well, maybe he
Yeah,
didn't
do that.
He wasn't in there. It was just Cuba Gooding
Oh,
Jr.
Yeah.
Watching Cuba Gooding Jr. dance with those female actors made me really uncomfortable. I was out loud saying like, "Get away from him."
Speaking of Christianity in Miami, have either of you ever seen the famous Woe Vicky screenshot?
No,
Are you familiar with Woe Vicky?
no.
She's a
Vaguely.
former teen white rapper who has become sort of an, for lack of a better word, Christian influencer. They post her on like I Need God sometimes.
Okay,
But she has this famous, it's just a screenshot somebody took of 2 of her tweets side by side. She tweets all day. She tweets like every 35 seconds. But there's this really funny screenshot where on top, the first tweet says, it's Woe Vicky saying, if you don't have a plan in Miami gonna make a plan for you. And then the tweet immediately under that is, people are homosexuals because they are touched on / molested.
Wow.
I didn't have to look that tweet up. I think I got it exactly right because I've looked at it so many times. I have it memorized.
So funny.
But
She used to date Antonio Brown. That is
Wow.
crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. She's quite young as well.
He's pretty good on Twitter himself.
Not familiar.
Yeah, don't look into his politics.
I'm more of a Wojcicki.
He's a football player who
myself.
is he tweets for CTESPN.
Yeah, he is really funny.
CTESPN.
Let's just say it's really funny that you get it, you self-diagnose that you have CTE and then you become an outspoken Trump supporter.
Yeah. I'm
Don't
glad that
connect
there
any
was
tweets.
I'm really just glad that there was a political bloc that was able to get together like people across demographics, ages, races, interests, but they all have some sort of head injury. I think that's really beautiful. I think it's like
it
finding
is.
that like finding that common ground, you know?
It is, it's disability advocacy.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It's the least confusing voice we can have in these troubled times.
Scott
Man, I
Baio
am-
was also in this. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
go ahead.
right. Scott Baio was in this.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even clock that.
I'm looking at these pictures of David A.R. White and Mercy Streets. He had brown hair for that, and he looked great in it.
Yes, he did. He did. I don't like the dual shock he's doing here.
Yeah, I think it's because he was like, when he's a good guy, he has his blonde hair, like his bleached blonde hair. But then when he's bad, he does the darker hair. Because like, wasn't the bad twin in Mercy Streets had darker hair? Or am I
Yes.
just
Oh, you could be
misremembering?
right.
No, I think you're right. I think
So
he
this-
did a light and dark theme.
Yeah, so this one, he's got the light hair and the dark beard to sort of symbolize, the duality.
Wow,
of,
wait, that's beautiful. I had
him
no
now.
idea he was communicating so much.
Yeah.
Okay, I take it all back. What do I know?
Because he's a very violent man, but he still says things like, whatever happened to fighting for the good guys when he gets betrayed by a mercenary?
What are the
And I'm tired of all this corruption.
Let's talk about some of the double crossings in this movie.
Yeah, of which there was, I think, basically every person that helped him out betrayed him.
You know, that's a really stupid movie device, is to just have a character be really nice to you. In subtle, used in tasteful ways, it can be good. But the way it did it in this movie, where you just have a character who's like, I'm going to help you. And then 2 scenes later, they're like, actually, I'm not going to help you.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Even down to like, there's a part where the evil, like the hitman guy was telling like some dude to load something in a truck.
Right.
And he was just like, yeah, just put it right up there. Okay, thank you. And then just shoots him in the back of the head. And it's like, why do you even bother?
Why?
Is this fun for you? I guess if you kill people for a living, you got to spice it up a little bit.
Furthermore, when you can tell he's going to shoot the guy who's in the truck, he actually waits for the guy to close one of the doors so that the blood splatters all on the white door. And then his henchman who shows up, he's like, clean that up. I'm like, damn, you didn't have to do all that.
Is
You could have just shot it into the truck and he wouldn't have had to clean it up.
It was the performative killing that really was the downfall of the bad guys in this movie, because similar to that, like every step of the way, David A.R. White is helped and then betrayed by literally every like level of the hierarchy of bad guy that he goes again, or like good person turned bad person, like up to like the person who is feeding him all the information to like get to the main bad guy. She is revealed to be bad herself.
Uh-oh.
And she was
The
controlling
FBI
this bad
director.
guy. Why wouldn't they just kill David A.R. White at the very beginning if
Yeah, don't lead him.
this was the plan the
Because-
whole time?
Okay, this is a little bit of a spoiler, but it also isn't because it was so forced in at the end. She is explaining, though, like, what about all these other bad dudes who he has killed throughout the movie? She was like, shouldn't they be dead for, like, the sake of humanity? And so I felt like her angle was this weird convoluted thing where she got him to kill all these bad guys along the way. So I felt like that made sense in just that he's such a badass. She wanted him to kill all these dudes.
They were using him to operate outside of the law.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense. Unfortunately, this movie did not do a good job of explaining things.
No.
Or really keeping you interested while they were attempting to explain things.
So the actor we're talking about here is portrayed by actress Eve Richards.
This was awesome.
And her name in the movie is Joan Riker, a.k.a. Mr. X.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. X. I hate that name. She is a rising star.
Sure.
I'm thinking maybe like her or someone related to her funded this movie. Under the stipulation that she appears in it, because I can't really understand what would go into the casting process to settle on this lady as your FBI director.
She's in
she
Straight Shot
cool.
as well, which is the other new David A.R. White shoot 'em up movie that's not out yet that Gabriel Sabloff directed.
Okay.
I don't like seeing him next to her in press photos. I feel like he needs to. I think he's hanging out with the wrong crowd.
She has a very funny IMDb. Mostly she does a podcast called The Discovery Pod with Eve, acting, fashion, and health. That's like the exact opposite of a podcast that I would ever listen to.
How is
That's
it
like,
doing
sounds so
compared
horrible
to Andrea Logan's podcast?
I can't say, but I will say on IMDb it says that she released 3 episodes in 2024.
Nice.
Now, maybe those were only the 3 that got logged on IMDb here, but a podcasting tip from a, slightly more successful podcast than Andrea Logan's is that you should do more than 3 episodes. You should actually try to give people a big back catalog because that's what they like.
I was checking her out on LinkedIn too, and she has she's on an upcoming issue of Maxim magazine.
Oh.
Which I actually don't think is true. Although I don't know if they still make Maxim magazine, but she had a whole a photo of the cover that I couldn't click on, and it said a link to find out more information, and it went to a 404.
Jeez, I wonder if it was AI generated.
Yeah,
here's a picture of her and David A.R. White.
Yeah, it's really disturbing to look at. She looks kind of like Lil' Kim, like very late era.
Yeah, I wonder how they met.
Bumble.
We'll have to listen to the Discovery Pod with Eve.
To find out.
Or to find out.
They're both just fans of Christian shoot 'em up cinema.
Perhaps.
Yes. I thought it said her father passed away on her bio suddenly, and that inspired her to speak in her podcast on her self-written IMDb podcast.
Start a podcast.
Wow.
And it was interesting because in the movie, her father died, and that was like...
See, it's about bringing your real life into the movie. Mr. X was her father's name. She took it on when she was being an evil...
You can just call me X.
FBI agent. Mr. X is my father's name. Call me X.
Yeah, so very interesting personality. You really got to watch this movie to sort of understand why it is so jarring to see her character in any scene. I'll tell you, it makes David A.R. White look like a fucking Academy Award-winning actor when he has to act across from her.
Yeah.
And suddenly his voice isn't so weird.
No, one day,
not compared to Eve Richards.
One day he will. I wonder if they created the Mr. X character just to mask her voice as much as possible.
Yes,
yeah, she had Nacho.
Very,
the first
very mean assassin.
Bad guy was named Nacho, which was quite a choice.
Yeah, just go to Outback Steakhouse and name the things that are around you. Have an assassin named. Cash, Nacho, Have an assassin named Bloomin' Onion.
Oh, you know what my favorite Cash moment was? It was when they go to that, they follow up going back to that gas station, and the attendant is dead. We'll explain how this happened because it was interesting. And then so David A.R. White, because he's such a good guy, Cash, he's such a good guy. He, which we know because he's David A.R. White. And he takes some things that he needs from the store. But even though the guy who runs the store is dead, he leaves cash on the counter. You see a close up of him putting the wad of cash down, which have honestly looked like too much cash, but whatever.
Yeah, he gave him like $70. Dude, who cares?
He's a good man.
You can't take it with you.
Yeah, but that guy's manager is going to come in the next day and he's going to be pissed, and that's going to help him feel a little better.
Yeah, but think about it. They helped him cut a lot of costs. They killed his employee.
That's true, yeah.
Now he doesn't have to pay him anymore.
Yeah.
Also, you know what's going to happen? The regular cops will show up and immediately pocket that.
Yep.
Anyway, whatever.
I mean, that's why. Maybe that's what he was doing.
Oh,
giving them a little
tipping the
tip.
cops.
They're gonna take the money, put it into someone's gonna the cop's gonna take the money, put it into his wallet, and then look at the body riddled with gunshots and write fentanyl overdose, and then move on to the next crime scene. And the FBI will not be notified.
No.
But
Cash Patel is on the case.
Yeah.
Is that why he was called Cash in this movie?
wow, it was
Maybe.
a tribute. That's
Honestly,
actually really
maybe.
interesting. It could have been a tribute to our own FBI director, Cash
Isn't
Patel.
that Photoshop of him as a white guy like really
It's
scary?
amazing. He looks
It's uncanny.
just like a white guy.
It's really remarkable. I just saw his like official photo today for the first time, and that is a very scary expression on his face.
Yeah,
He looks like they
has
surprised him.
He has sort of like
absolutely crazed.
he has a goon look to him, and I mean that in the classic sense of the term.
Yeah.
He looks like he says boss a lot, you know. Quite a lot of goon action in this movie, as well. Not what you're thinking, people. Come on, Christian movie. Cuba Gooding Jr.
That's what got him in trouble.
Speaking of the goons, though, so when Jamie, niece of the sister-in-law of Cash, is on the run on the lam, she's stops at a gas station in the middle of nowhere to get gas, a couple other things, and she uses her credit card like an idiot, even though she presumably works in this line of stuff to some capacity. But she uses her credit card and immediately is found by the people looking for her because of that.
Yeah.
And goes on her way. And then those guys come into the that gas station not too much later and they ask to see the security footage. And the guy's like, only my boss has access to that. And then they like make mean faces, and he's like, maybe I could remember the password. And then that's one of the more shocking murders too, huh?
Isn't it like one of those old blue Macintosh computers?
You know what?
That
That
was
really
cool.
threw me off because Cash had just gotten that old flip phone. And then I was like, is this a period piece? Did I miss something?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Because it was using one of those iMacs from like the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay, like the flip phone, I can imagine a bit more because I think to this day there still are some like, burner phone. It's better to use a flip phone, right?
Yeah.
He's like kind of off the grid guy. They make a remark about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
doesn't
thought about
Wi-Fi.
it had it not immediately been followed up with an iMac from 98.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But he shows them. Yeah, he shows them the footage, and then they kill him. It's one of the most shocking murders, actually.
He didn't have to go out like that. And why do they have to pretend? Again, why do they put on the show if they're just going to kill him?
That's a recurring question in this movie. I just feel like, they're trying to show that these people are amoral, evil,
Yeah.
but it just doesn't
It makes no sense.
it just makes no sense what they're
I
doing.
guess it's better for the person who's gonna die, you know. In a way, it's nicer because they don't go afraid, you know.
Right.
It's just unexpected.
Yeah, he kills him like Silence of the not Silence of the Lambs. Fucking what's it called with Lenny and George? That movie?
Silence of the Rabbits.
Yeah.
No, of Mice and Men.
Of Mice and Men. I was
Yeah.
thinking the Silence of the Lambs. He kills him of Mice and Men style. I think that's
Yeah.
very kind of him.
A mice and men.
of a mouse and a man.
It was shocking though. He was
Very shocking. And many times in this movie, we already sort of talked about it, but bullet impacts that cover a wall
Yeah.
when someone falls down. We just don't normally see such things.
A lot of blood.
In David movies. A lot of blood. A little too much for
He
me.
is entering his second act. He wants to be he just wants to be an action star.
This movie was rated R.
Maybe he's
It
not
was an
Christian anymore.
R-rated amount of blood because there was not swearing in it.
Do you think he's not Christian anymore?
He's Christian.
No, he's got to be Christian.
Yeah,
I
follow
think
him on
he'll have
Instagram.
full-
He's Christian.
Unsimulated penetration in the next David
Yeah,
A.R.
I
White
thought
movie.
that was his next movie, The White Bunny. His next movie,
A
Buffalo
White
777.
Make it happen. Got to start making pitches to him now that he's in this era.
Absolutely. I'm looking at his oh my god, I forgot how funny his Instagram presence is. It's him in a cockpit and he says, "Where am I flying to? Wrong answers only."
Did anybody say
Photoshop the Twin Towers?
Epstein Island?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean that's
Little
like
St. James.
he's setting
Yeah,
himself
that's the
up for
one.
that. But none of his followers are going to say anything, and Julian needs to Photoshop the Twin Towers into this, so I'm sending it to the group chat right now. I'm just trying to find the last explicitly Christian thing he said on September 1st. How was your weekend? #Revelation Road, the series.
Whoa.
It's
Oh,
just
is it coming? The TV show?
I think it is. He was
Wow.
advertising it on September 1st.
That's cool.
And on August 31st, he said, "Wishing you all a blessed Sunday." #Revelation Road, the series. And then the Love on the Rock movie account wrote a heart emoji. So someone is still running the Love on the Rock movie
They were
account.
on their burner.
He probably has an assistant who does all these things.
He seems very lonely.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure he's happy.
I mean, I will say, that man's busy.
Yeah. Yeah. But,
He's
I mean,
making.
is he busy or is he flailing? Is the question.
I mean, I could ask the same
He's
question.
busy.
myself.
Yeah, you are flailing. He is busy.
Okay.
He's enthusiastically working. Give him a break. What do you want from him? You want
I
less
want
violence?
full unsimulated penetration in his
I
next
do
film.
want
That's-
that too.
you know what,
With
that's
me,
fair.
please.
Yeah. You think he'll ever play a gay guy?
Ask him.
Maybe
Wrong
a gay
answers
guy who
only.
becomes.
Am I straight or gay? Wrong answers only.
Yeah, he should do a cool movie about like a gay guy who is in an elevator and a guy tries to mission to him or something.
So
He should do a
Audacity.
movie-
A remake of Audacity.
He should do Audacity the series, where there's a gay guy in a gas station, and then someone almost shoots him, but then he saves everyone. And anyway,
That sandwich looked like shit, by the way. Speaking of Christian stuff.
there's
So
some commercial
the
breaks on the
Chick-fil-A
TV in
pretzel
between
bun
the W.
chicken
And
sandwich.
it looked horrible. Everything, our culture is so bad, so bad.
It
This is
is
A Line
very
of Fire is in the top tier of cultural production.
Yeah, and that's honestly what the movie was kind of about, was like we've lost our way as a society, if we ever even had it, you know. At least we used to say we had it.
I know.
But now he's like, he said he
nobody
can't
wants
even. You don't even know which side people are fighting for. They'll smile They'll smile, look at you straight in the eye, give you a smile, and then they'll stab you in the back the second you turn around.
They'll say, "I know where you can find your kids."
Yeah, and they'll take you right there and then tell you, "I'm going to kill you now."
Now I'm going to kill you.
Then you
can get away.
Kill them. Yeah. There's a lot of very much like. Oh, you know what was really funny? The part where he was shooting at the guy when they were going to kill his sister-in-law's niece in like the cabin or whatever, and they were shooting at each other, and they were both hiding behind like wooden posts or whatever.
Yeah.
It was a very like Naked Gun moment.
Yeah, they were like hiding behind like a sapling tree.
Yeah, it was.
And their whole body was going behind it.
Yeah, this would have been a really good like parody of an action movie.
He should make like a Christian Naked Gun.
He should have
could be
been
called
fucking the star of Naked Gun. He would have been awesome.
It could be called The Modest Gun.
Yeah, you think people like this you could probably trick into being in like a parody film, like a really good parody film, because they wouldn't know that they were in a parody.
I feel like David's a little too sharp.
Yeah, it's
There
true.
might be
Yeah,
some
he would
other-
know.
He'd be cracking wise.
There
and
might be
shit.
some other folks with an X who we talk about. I'd say pretty much 99% of the people we talk about, but I don't think David. I give David more credit than many of our favorite lolcows.
Yeah,
I do think like the right action parody pitch as an action parody to David, though, he would do. He'd be into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
it was
Me
like-
Again's comedic. That really terrible comedy that we won't cover because
Yeah.
it's just too stupid.
Do you think
Was
we
a
could
comedy.
convince him to be in a
What that's
parody
called?
of Christian movies?
That'd be funny. By the way, whatever
Ooh.
happened, sidebar, whatever happened to that like Christian movie parody that they were doing a couple years ago?
Who?
Do you remember that? I
Us?
don't know. The
The
Jews.
triple, yeah.
It was like a Hollywood, lower budget, like Hollywood production. And it was like, I remember like 4 or 5 years ago, like a couple friends were like, "Oh, are you going to watch this?"
I don't remember that.
And I was
at
like,
all.
"No, I'm not going to watch that garbage. Stop sending me this shit. I watch real
yeah, I know what
Christian
you're
movies."
talking
Yeah.
about. Right.
Let me look it up. I want to see if it came out. I want to see. I mean, no one spoke about it.
Yeah, maybe it's good.
I doubt
It
it.
was
I know, but don't you
new
want it
satire
to be good?
movie, faith based,
Okay,
mocks Christian movies.
Come
Movieguide.com. It was in 2020.
Whoa,
It was a COVID movie. It features Should we watch this? It features Seinfeld alum Jason Alexander,
okay.
and in the trailer, Luke Barnett's character says, "I want to make the best Christian movie Jesus has ever seen."
Is it like a parody of making a Christian movie?
I kind
Or the
of think
idea it's like
so.
the producers,
Hmm.
maybe. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah, we should
Fine.
watch
How
it.
much worse could it be than fucking
There's also this.
Free Lunch Express or
There's also this movie that just came up when I
American
when I tried to
Girl.
search the terms to find that movie. This is not related to what we were just talking about, but it's called a full faith comedy movie. The movie's called For Profit,
oh, okay.
and it's from 2024. And I don't know anybody who's in it.
Mhm.
And the plot is a struggling entrepreneur is visited by an archangel who tells him that he's been chosen to act as a prophet and save his hometown from corruption. He must also battle a demon that has manifested in his life, constantly whispering
local
negatives in
Democrat
his mind.
politician.
Well, it's apparently a comedy movie.
Okay,
So,
sounds funny.
yeah, we should watch some Christian comedies.
I would watch that.
I'd watch that.
Well, we're gonna watch them both, so you better cheer the fuck up because you're gonna be
Alright.
laughing.
Great. I love laughing. Live,
Me
laugh,
too.
love, I always say. I never say that. When I
Comedy.
when I was trying to find the budget of this movie,
Yeah,
I looked on Google.com, of course, and I
Up
did
until
not
recently, a
find
great
out the
place to
budget.
look.
Yeah, until recently, it's funny
As
you should
of
mention
like
that.
a year
Until
ago,
recently,
it's fine.
a good place to search. So I searched movie budget for A Line of Fire movie 2025. And then the AI overview said, there is no film called A Line of Fire released in 2025. And then went on to tell me about In the Line of Fire from 1993. Then immediately under it, the top thing that comes up, imdb.com, A Line of Fire 2025. Keep in mind, I searched this immediately following having watched the movie A Line of Fire that came out on September 2nd, 2025.
That's also very funny because, like, the thing about AI is that it tends to create an answer, even if the answer is wrong.
Yeah.
It rarely responds in the negative. It usually will err on the side of inventing a fake answer to satisfy the demands of your question.
Yeah.
But this time it was just like, no, you're crazy. This movie does not exist.
It straight up told us there were episodes of Touched by an Angel that were about the Pope.
Right.
And it just picked 2 episodes at random and said they were about the Pope. This just straight up said you're making this up.
Yeah. They don't know what they're doing.
You can't say, like, I haven't heard about
this.
this yet. Perhaps it's only on physical media. Maybe it's one of those more obscure movies that's not online.
Yeah.
You don't know fucking anything, AI.
No, you don't know anything.
No. Well, we talk about it in the negative so much that it's starting to believe that it's always wrong.
Oh,
I just
see.
came up with the plot. I just came up with a perfect Christian movie plot for 2025. If any of our enterprising listeners wants to make this before us, you can have all the money.
Yeah.
It's called AI Angel Intelligence.
Oh.
It's about a chat GPT service that gets introduced, and then people find out that it's not actually AI. It's actually an angel.
That's really good.
It's actually really good.
It's a really, really
and it
good
gives it helps people like improve their lives.
Yeah.
And it kind of teaches people how to like pray and stuff like that.
That's really
Oh,
But
that's
it's also
good.
funny.
And it gives really good advice instead of
And
just
thought-provoking.
nonsense, random, made up.
And maybe what it could go another dimension. You could actually like kind of like that a Tim and Eric sketch about what was it called? It's like the manservant.
Mancierge.
The mancierge. It's kind of like mancierge. Like you go into there's like an office in heaven where all these angels in busy cubicles are like trying to field all these answers that people are sending them.
Yeah.
And it ends up being like a unintentionally a look at how like office work culture is like killing everyone, even though it's just a joke in the movie.
And then because once it becomes like a profitable business instead of like pure of heart, the angel actually ends up using AI to like handle the amount of
God.
questions coming
That's a
in.
third act twist.
God comes in and says, we're switching to AI. You're all getting laid off.
Oh, that's very interesting.
The fallen angels come to Earth.
They're fallen angels, and then they come to Earth,
and they start having sex with the humans.
and then babies
Okay.
start getting born with like antlers and shit.
Yep.
Okay, now we're getting like we're really getting into
Yeah.
it. There's a lot. This idea has to be explored.
Dude, y'all got to watch Save the Green Planet. It was so good.
Okay,
I'm
I'll
gonna.
watch that garbage.
You're gonna...
I'll watch that garbage.
What should we? Is there anything else?
Is there anything else to say about
There's
this movie?
really not much else. There was
I
the
don't
guy who
remember
got him the
anything.
plane and then died like 2 minutes later. Probably the most egregious double
He
crossing
died
in
of
the
a
movie.
Died of a broken heart because he didn't have his plane anymore.
Why did he put him in a plane? Like what? What is the point of even going in the air? He was
Why?
going to kill him on the plane.
Wait, why wouldn't he just be like, after you, sir, and then just shoot it back before they even
Exactly.
get on the plane?
What the hell?
That was funny.
Very silly.
Oh, that is scary.
Then they're just shooting at each other on the plane.
Yeah, a real safe place to shoot a gun. These guys don't know anything.
Fortunately, plane seats are bulletproof, so David was able to hit him from behind a plane seat.
Well, your cushion can be used as a bulletproof vest. Yes.
Also, why were
Event of an emergency?
I learned it from Google.com's AI.
Yep.
Wait, what was I gonna say? I don't know. Just them shooting at each other on a plane like that was so silly. But he landed it. They did set that up too. He was like, well, I did used to fly planes. Oh, I remember what my question was. I'm stalling here. Why were they flying such a big plane? It was like a regular passenger plane.
Yeah.
It wasn't
maybe
like a
It's like the
private jet.
rehearsal.
Does David have his license, and that's why there's that photo of him in the cockpit?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think he's another like overachiever Hollywood?
When was that
license?
from? Maybe it was just from the set of this movie.
I would imagine so, because I did notice once they
You're probably
started
right.
flying, the pilot not once looked out the front window.
Yeah.
Well,
These things practically fly themselves.
I would think he's like glancing over occasionally or something.
Oh yeah, there's a different photo of him in the cockpit from August 20th, and it says, "Where shall we go?" #BTS, #A line of fire.
Ah, yeah.
It has a lot of likes. I wonder if it was because you did #BTS.
That's good.
Smart.
That's good.
Pretty good.
Very good, David. Very good. David A.R. White.
We need to land this plane.
Yeah, should we review this?
No, we need to land. Let's land this damn plane. Let's review this. Guys, what is a review that we could give A Line of Fire?
I am going to give this 3 out of 3 strippers at Cuba Gooding Jr.'s workplace. He was barely in this. They clearly had him for one day, and he made the most of it, doing a silly voice and pretending to be a person that he wasn't really believably being. David was great. David was great. I'll leave it there. I like that he's doing action stuff. I'd like to see more.
Me too.
I would like to see Beckman too, frankly.
Yeah, Beckman 2 has to happen.
And so this is a step in the right direction as far as that goes.
Beckman should be like a whole franchise, like John Wick now.
Yeah.
has, like, all
Yeah.
those stupid spin-offs. It really should they should do stuff like that. There should be stuff within the Beckman universe.
Yeah.
Totally.
IMO.
I'm going to give this 3 out of 3 minutes of Scott Baio, Chachi himself.
Ooh.
Because he's only in this movie for about 3 minutes, which I felt was very underused. He shows up, saves David A.R. White, and then dies. Yet another kind of nonsense moment. I guess I just, like you, Scott, I am just happy to see David A.R. White, bouncing back after the divorce.
Yeah,
You know
me
what?
Too. I absolutely, yeah.
Maybe that's what Scott Baio requested. I don't know why I just thought of this, other than it came up in conversation within the past month. But briefly, when I was living in Pittsburgh, me and some friends were talking about working on a movie, like a low budget horror that was going to star like this local hardcore band. But one of the friends asked Tom Savini if he would want to be in it, and he said, yes, as long as my character can die by having a car crush my head and I get to make the effect.
Okay.
Which is incredible.
maybe he had
it's
terms.
like,
That is
okay, we'll
incredible.
do that. Great. Good, fair,
Yeah.
reasonable ask. So maybe
Yeah,
that's what
very
Scott Baio
reasonable.
wanted.
Yeah, he
was
said,
just
all I
like-
want to do is get in, get out. 3 minute man.
Promise that I die on screen. All right, if that's what you want.
It could be. We can only speculate. Unless, Eve's podcast reveals it all. But as for me, I really enjoyed this movie. I will always watch a new David movie, even if they've been having diminishing returns lately. I don't really care, because I just want to see David living his dream, because it makes me feel like I'm living mine. I'm going to have to give this film 1 out of 1 guys named Nacho. That's right. I don't think guys are named Nacho anymore. No, I actually knew one guy. Never mind. Thesis wrong. Well, A Line of Fire. The hottest in cutting edge faith-based films, as you can usually expect from us here at Boys Bible Study. We thank you very much for tuning in. If it's your first time here because you've come from the David A.R. White Instagram after you've commented on one of his posts, happy Friday, David, and you're here listening to our review, please go to boysbiblestudy.com, because you can listen to many other Christian film reviews that we've done in the past 5 years or so. Also, patreon.com/boysbiblestudy has bonus contents, so you'll get new episodes every single week if you subscribe, which is very exciting. Help us all bounce back from our various divorces by subscribing. Also, special thanks to our patron saints who support us at the highest level: Nicole, Marissa, Jeff, Mark, and Alex. Thanks for your generous support. Also, our outro music is the song "Oh My God" by Mary. From all of us here at Boys Bible Study, myself, Ash, my co-hosts, Scott and Julian, we would like to say, peace be with you.
And also with you. That's David A.R.
That's David A.R. White.
David A.R. White.
Cool. New character unlocked.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I feel your love in me, it's coming from within. Oh my God, my devotion is so unwavering. Divine emotions when you enter me.